Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. Right, that one, even though I lowered it down, it still didn't dig a hole up for it. I don't know why. Oh, there's a stump. It's very difficult to see them. If you zoom out a bit, you can see them a little bit better because it removes the grass. You can also, just temporarily, if you're really struggling to see them, you can remove the detail on the ground. If you remove, like, the ground clutter density or something like that, I can't remember exactly which one it is, but that also works. Zoom right in here and that one. Right, did I? No, that felt like there was a bit more on that one than I first thought. That one. No, I don't know. Some of these I'm really not sure if I'm cutting them properly or not. It's rather difficult to tell until you've sort of gone way past them and chopped a big area. There's another little bit of a thing there, and right, there's one up there. Is it that one? Yeah. There we go. Like that one there, that one, that's not going to be where we're ploughing, so that one obviously is going to go. There's a stump, and there's another stump back over here, so if I reverse over this way, we can take two of these as we just sort of drive up in a line. I thought there was a... Yes, there it is. There's one all the way out there. That one out. And then that one there. And you. Did that get the bit that was there with it? There was a bit with it. It might have done. It does sometimes if the little bits, like the stump grinder, this particular stump grinder will sometimes take those little bits and sometimes it won't. Like there, it just didn't. It missed that one, so I will take care of that one. And we've got another one up there. Like that. And I've got another one down here. Like that. And I'll be honest, I was barely moving that one at all and still managed to do something with it. There, we chop that one off, back up, and on a wee bit further. That one. Two more over here. It's surprising how many trees we've cut down, really. I mean, I suppose there's 10 trees in one of those big trailer loads. It surprised me all that much. Right, is that... I don't know if I was cutting up a stump there or not. I think that was a stump. Genuinely not sure about that. Now, let's zoom out and see if we can see any more stumps. There's a lot of stumps that we've taken. I'm sort of over on the edge of our property. I'm not too worried about the ones up on the bank. If I see them, I take them out. But generally speaking, I'm not overly concerned about those. It's the ones that are down in the fields that are going to get in the way of us doing our ploughing later. Don't see any more. I checked the other side already. Took out what I could over there. Just going to turn that one off a minute. And right, is there any tree stumps down here that I have not picked up? I think we've got all of them. From... Right, why aren't you... Okay, well, he did let me cut it, so that's fine. And was there... I don't think there was anything on the back here. That's pretty much it. Right, I don't see any more. If there are... We will, like, zooming out like this. I don't see any more stumps coming into view. They're not as easy to spot doing it like this. There's one. It used to be a lot easier to spot doing it like this. There's actually a couple here. In older versions of the game, because when you were right out at a distance, you couldn't see the draw distance was a lot different. The draw distance seems to have been improved quite a bit with the game. So certain bits of the undergrowth, you can see them quite easily. Okay, so I got a couple of them going up this way. Run on up. I'll go right up to the top one up here first. That one's taken out. And then come back that way. There's that one out. And then I got one here. It's very bad at changing direction, this thing. Did that get it? Yeah, it did. I know you see it sometimes, like it spit out the wood chips, but then I'm not quite sure if it's actually taking it down or not. So like I said, I wasn't overly concerned about these ones up on the bank, but I'll take them out if I see them, and I've seen them, so I'm taking them out. And that, I believe, is the last one. See any more here anywhere? It's down here further that I'd be a bit more concerned about, making sure that we've got more. We do seem to have, and if you look at kind of the clustering of them, that seems to be about right. I mean, maybe there should be one or two more down this way. I mean, I don't see them here. And looking at the edge of... Wait, look at the picture on the minimap. That's a good indication. So we go around this way. This was the edge of the trees. Here, we've taken these. And we've taken these down here as well. Like that. Here. Had those. There's nothing in here that I want to worry about. Okay, I think that is all of it. So we will drive up through here. This is our property just here. We're just right on the very edge of it, going around there. And we'll run this one back to the dealership and we will sell it. And then we can bring home our two trailers. So we've done everything that we need to do. We've bought the stuff that we want to buy for now. And we're currently sitting on 3,300 euros, which is not a huge amount. But obviously I'm about to go and sell this one. So I'm going to get a bit more money come back. This one cost me 23,500. I'm hoping I'll get 20 grand back for it, because it's not like we've been using it for hours and hours. We've only been using it a bit. So I'm hoping that we'll have in excess of 20,000 sat there in our bank account, which means that we'll have enough money to buy seed, pay wages, and we can get the ploughing and stuff like that done before we have any more solid income coming in. So I want to go to you, and I'll repair that one, yes, and I want to repaint it as well. And yeah, we got an extra 100 coming in, so that I think we got about 20,750 come back. Sell that one. Okay. Which is not bad. So we got 24,000. That 24,000 has got to cover the cost of seed for the year ahead. And it has also got to cover wages for the year ahead, and also buying chickens. And there's one other thing that I want, is a silo so that we can store the grain for the chickens. And that's the one I'm going to have a quick look for now. Silo, 117,000. The base game really does make life difficult for you, doesn't it? But fortunately we have other options. So I got one there for 76,000, a smooth wall bin. 76,000 litres, and it cost me 18 grand. That will still leave me 6,000. That's not a huge amount of money. Those are more expensive. That's just racking. I don't want racking. That silo, farm silo multi-fruit. That's the same Bavarian one that we used in the last hardcore series. Don't necessarily want to use the same one that we've had previously. I want to get something a little bit different. So that's silo for compost. No. $5 million litres that one holds, but it cost me 30 grand, and I don't have 30 grand. Now these here, medieval granary, 5 grand. Okay, I really, really love the idea of having that. That is absolutely awesome. I love this idea. I want that one. So that takes 200,000 litres. Can be filled with different products. Wow, that one's 5 million litres. That one's a little bit excessive, I think. This one here, Medieval Granary 3, that holds 4 million. So that one's 100,000. That one's 200,000. They're 5 grand a piece. This one's 10,000 and holds 4 million litres. I don't believe you have to have the same item. I think that's the total capacity of it. So, like this one here, if we had 100,000 barley and 100,000 canola go into it, then that's all you can have. In the previous version of the game, if it said 200,000, it meant 200,000 of each type. This one, I believe the 200,000, or now the 4 million, is the total capacity, which does make a big difference. Now, if we just have a quick scan down through the other mods that we've got available, there is that one from the American Farm Buildings pack, which is a really tall silo, and I'm not so keen on this one. This is obviously a bit more modern, but the reason I'm not so keen on it is because of how tall it is. It's a bit of an eyesore on the landscape. This one, I actually really like the look of this one. I think this one does look pretty cool, but I don't really want to use it. Mainly because we haven't really got a lot of room for putting something like that in. There's a very simple 5 million litre, 5,000 euro silo there. So there's a few options for fairly simple and cheap silos as well. So it's not like we've got a lot of difficulty. Like that one right there is 114,000 in total. So there's not a lot. That we also need an auger for that one. I don't really want to use an auger one. I'd rather avoid using... I haven't used an auger at all, but I have no strong desire to get started on doing that now. I really like this one. This is the one here that I would like to have. I think this is the one that we're going to do. We're going to go with a medieval granary. Is whether or not I can't put it there because I don't own that land. I could put it up here close to the windmill. This isn't our land down here. I built the track right on the edge of our land. So if I'm going to build this one, it would either be down here somewhere, away from the house, so that any rats and that would be down there away from the house, or we'd sort of put it up here somewhere. Maybe stuff it into the hillside right here. Or we could even build it right in against the house up there. We could sort of put it up here somewhere. Actually, if we were going to do that... Can I put it here somewhere? I think. You know, I've got no idea where... I'm going to have a think about this for a little while. I forgot to clear the stumps on there, but honestly, I don't think that matters too much. I'm going to have a little think about this. Where are we going to put an old medieval granary that sort of fits with the style of our farm? I have given this some careful thought, and some medieval granaries would have been in a town, village, usually more on the outskirts, but it did tend to vary from region to region and different time periods. There's no sort of hard set value of it, but kind of what I'm thinking is if we do decide to build an extra couple of structures or something like that, we could do it here. This does seem like a good place for it. So to start off with, I'm going to put our medieval style granary down here. So it's a little bit away from the farm, but I still want it to be reasonably accessible, and I think it's going to be sort of fairly well located for everything else. So what I'll do first is I just landscape this out a little bit. I know, the horror of the landscaping is coming back again. That's just the way it is. It's just how it's going to be. So I'm going to smooth out a patch here. This is going to take a little bit of work to get this looking right. I'm going to bring that down there like that. So the weeds are kind of staying there regardless of what we do. So I don't want to go too close to that river doing leveling work. And then mostly what I actually want to do, I don't want to dip down too much into the hillside because, as I've said before, the leveling, the smoothing function doesn't draw up the ground, so it's more difficult to smooth that off. Whereas if we've got it sticking up a bit, like this over here, it's actually easier to deal with. So we'll aim to do most of the work down this side and just level out a large area here. Okay, that's probably enough. I always do quite a big bit because you're never quite sure of how far out the surrounding area. Some mods put a rather ridiculous amount of land around the bit that you've just placed down, and sort of want to level that out as well. This one doesn't seem to want to do that, going by the amount of money that it's requesting there. See, it's staying at 10,000, going fairly close to the edge there. So we're going to do this about here. I want to line it up with the river. So we got the stream there, because I kind of figure that although we've got like a modern grate and everything up there, this stream is something that could well have been here for a very long time. So, and you see the lie of the land here, it does sort of fit that this stream is something that's been here for a while. Maybe it's been redirected a little bit, but if you've got a stream nearby, that would actually be a good thing. It can be used for cleaning and so on. I mean, I guess there's not that many uses, but also, I mean, if the granary is here, then it would make sense that perhaps, not here anymore, but there would have been a water wheel powered grindstone over here that would have been used to grind the grain that is being stored in his granary. So it does kind of make sense. And so we're going to put this one right here like this. And just to have it in keeping with everything else, so we're going to go back to landscaping a minute. And first up, just want to make sure that this is definitely right. That needs to be set a bit stronger, and we want to go a bit bigger than that. So we'll go like that. There we go, that's better. Right, now bring that in over here. I'm going to bring up the land on this side a bit more, like that. And I'm also going to bring up the land there a bit. Okay, that's a good start. So we're going to want to paint this a little bit, and we're also going to want to do a few other things. But first off, we need to smooth it. So we're going to smooth the edges down here. And yeah, I know there are some of you that really don't like me to do too much landscaping. But we need to do some. Else these things just don't work, do they? So we're going to smooth that edge there. Now, I don't want to actually smooth this too much. I want to, like, this bit going up over the top, just enough to kind of, like, bring a curve over. And then we'll be able to direct track that will come off of this. But it's difficult to get it exactly right. Now, it doesn't actually matter how strong you have your brush setting when you're doing the smoothing function. It doesn't seem to affect it in any way whatsoever. So now I can see it from this angle. Sometimes it is difficult to see from the different angles exactly what your brush setting is doing. What the angles that you're smoothing. So it can be a bit tricky to get it exactly right. And here we want to smooth this down as much as it will possibly let us. There. Right, this is looking good. I don't want to smooth it too close to the stream over there. But I do want to smooth this down. Now, we're not going to have too much of a track coming that way. The track's going to come sort of this way. So this bit here I might want to do a bit of extra work on. We'll see in a bit. We'll have to test this out, the tractor, as well, obviously. Now, it's that corner there, but I don't really want the corner. I'm going to want the thing to come down here. This tree here is going to have to go. I don't want that one there, because the track will sort of come down here, but that tree is going to be too close. It's just going to irritate me. So I'm going to get rid of it. And there we go. Okay, so let's go into the painting and... We've got different gravel options here. Now, I'm sort of looking at this. I'm thinking that actually sort of is a nice option there. I quite like that one because it sort of seems like a ruined stone approach that could have been there for quite some time. So we'll do this one. We'll use this one. We'll spread this one out a bit. Let's make that a bit bigger there and really go to town on doing the painting. There we go. So we got a nice big area. Now this could very easily have been something that was tiled here previously. Had some kind of paint, even if it was just stone that was put down. Let's bring that out a little bit wider around here. There. And here. And then this, what I'm going to do over here is just a little bit of flavor on this bit. Is I'm going to bring a track here, and it's going to come down to the water's edge. Just like that. So there's just a little bit there. And this will come over this way, like this. And that's pretty much where that's going to stop. And then we'll go to this older gravel one. Next up, what I want to do... Actually, we're going to have to go over there with the chainsaw. And as it's quite a small tree, we're just going to get rid of it. We're not going to do anything else with it. We're just going to dump it, get rid of it. And then we're going to want a track coming from over this side. So this bit seems like it might be right. I might have to do a little bit here because of then being able to line up on this. I think that's going to be fine. So, yeah, I definitely need to get rid of this tree. This one's got to go. So, you can go. Right. That one there can stay. So, we'll sort of come out and we'll bring it out onto this track here at just the right angle for that to work, I think, if we can. There. Right. So, I'm going to bring you down and then I'm going to go... What are we doing? We're going with this older gravel approach right here. So let's bring that down. And that's sort of going to come out on the edge of there. And then this one's going to do much the same. Come out on the edge of there, like that. Now... we won't actually be using this all that much. If you think about it, like, yes, there's a bit of time during the summer when it's used, quite a lot, actually. But for the rest of the year, we don't come in and out of this all that often. I mean, I guess we will a bit with the pigs and that a bit later on, but right now, maybe we won't. So we could always like change this up a little bit later to represent that we're doing a bit more with it. But right now, I don't think we need to. So we're also going to have another track, and this one is also, well, it's going to be partly a stone track. So it's going to come out that way. And that's going to come out there. I don't know if this is going to be too wide for it or not, but that's going to come up this way. Yeah. And that bit. Okay. And we're going to get to about here, and then I'm going to transition to more green, like this. And then we're going to go to, it's going to be a mixture of this and just dirt on the rest of this track. So that's going to come out that way. And it is going to sort of head in a straight line over here. Like this. And then we'll transition back a little bit to a bit of gravel just on the edge here. So sort of, this is going to be a mix and match situation. So we'd come in here, and we'd come in from the bottom end if we were coming in down there. We'll put in a little bit of that as well, like that. So I'm also going to want to be able to get to the chickens. Now, the chickens is a newer area. This is a new pen, so we've sort of only really just put this one down, so we want something that's a little bit newer with this. I mean, at the moment, what we've done is we've only just really finished building it, and this is definitely a new area. So we haven't got something that's long established here, which means that this area here right now is dirt. And so I'm going to do this quite deliberate. This is going to stay as dirt over a lot of this. The grass hasn't had time to grow back, and it's just kind of like still like a building site, really, isn't it? So we'll do that up to the edge there. This is where we were driving in and out a lot when we were building this. And in order to be able to feed here, I got to have a loop. So we'll do this also with... Nope, not that. We'll do this also with a dirt track. So that's going to come up like that. It's going to come on round. And I want to be able to rotate right round fairly sharp on that. So we've got our granary here. This is all built. I like this track here. It's possibly a little bit sharp on that hill. We may still want to level a bit of that off, but for now we'll leave it, and we can come back and we can change that later if we want to. And then we've got the track that comes up through here. So we've got this track here, and we'll do a little bit of a transition there so that we can go into the chicken area. And then this bit over here, so we just come out and we tip, and then we come around fairly sharp. So this tree here needs to go. That's going to be right in the way otherwise. And I think we're probably all right with the other trees. I think there's enough room to turn here without having to do any more. So if we go back into this, quite enjoying this today. Landscape, painting, there. I mean, I quite enjoy doing the landscaping anyway. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.